Alright, welcome back to Game Time. This is part 3 of our Ogre episode, and we're going to play through pretty much a basic rules map, pretty much the basic rules on one of the GEV maps that has a lot more of the advanced terrain. Joining me over here is Roy Scaife. You can't see him, but Roy's back on the show, and is obviously a regular, but he's going to be playing the Pan-European Federation troops. I'm going to be playing the North American Combine troops over here, and we're playing a basic raid scenario where essentially we did hidden deployment where we actually took the Ogre bobsled and put it across the middle here, and we both deployed in secret and then revealed our deployment. The objectives for this game are to either destroy the other team's forces, or once one side has lost both of its command posts, the game will be finished. And so each of us does have a command post, 2 command posts in fact. So we have a static command post, which I have deployed back here. Roy's deployed his over here in the woods. Those command posts are defense 3 with a 0 movement, so they're going to stay there for the whole game. The other command posts are mobile command posts, which I've deployed mine on the road over here. Roy's deployed his behind his Ogre over here. And they're movement 1, defense 1. And so once both of these have been destroyed on one side, the game ends. I have 30 attack strength of infantry, so that's 10 counters since the infantry is the one thing that can stack up here. So I've got 10 counters of 3. Roy has the same on that side for that. I'm running a Mark IIIB, which is right here, and it's slightly different from the regular Mark III. And I also have a regular Mark III over here on the road, and so I've got my 2 record sheets for that over here. Roy, you want to explain what you're running over there for your Ogres?
Certainly. So I've got a Legionnaire, which is very similar to a Mark III for the Pan-Europeans, and I've also got a Fencer B. One interesting thing about the Fencer B is it's got 4 missile racks. So the missile racks determine how many missiles I can fire in a given attack. So in this case I've got 4 of them, and I've got a total of 20 missiles, but I can only use 4 at a time.
Yes. And they're designated by being internal missiles on that particular sheet to show that they fire through missile racks. Whereas some of the other Ogres, like my Ogres over here, and I believe your Legionnaire has just regular missiles. You fire them, they're one-use item. You mark them off as you go. And in the case of missile racks, you don't mark the missile rack unless it gets destroyed. You mark the internal missiles off. Excellent. So we're going to get started, and we'll roll our fancy blue and red dice here to see who goes first. I rolled a 3. Roy has rolled a 1. I'm sure the first of many. And so I'll fire it off. And of course, the turn sequence, we first start off with the recovery phase, and because there's nothing that's disabled yet, we'll go straight to the movement phase. And so my Ogre here, it's going to start and stop completely on the road. So its normal movement is 3. It's going to get 1 additional hex because it stays on the road the entire time. So I'll go 1, 2, 3. And then I get my additional road movement for 4. Excellent. The infantry here is going to advance up. They move 2, so 1, 2. They don't pay a penalty for going into the woods here. They're going to go 1, 2 to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. I have my mobile CP back here, which moves 1, but because he's completing his move and starting his move on the road, he'll get 1 additional hex here. I've got some infantry over here that's going to move up 2 spaces. My Mark IIIB over here does move 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. I've got some infantry here, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. And then back here I have 3 GEVs, or ground effect vehicles. These are the hovercraft, the special kind of vehicle for the game here. Their movement is 4-3, so I get 4 movement points in this current phase, and then there's a second movement phase, or GEV movement phase, where they can move an additional 3 hexes. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3... Actually, he'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 up here, and then he'll go 1, 2, 3 up to here, and stop like so. Great, I've completed my movement. I do my fire phase, of which nothing's in range, even of the missiles, and we go to the disable phase, so I check for any disabling effects on vehicles. My ground effect vehicles are kind of the ones that I need to watch out for that, and they haven't moved into anything other than open terrain, so they're okay. And then we do the secondary movement phase for the GEVs here. So he's going to move 3, 1, 2, 3 over to here. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. And you notice you can move through your friendly units, but not stop on top of them. 1, 2, 3. And he'll stop right there. Excellent. So that's a second movement phase. And at that point, my part is complete. I'll hand it over to Roy.
Thank you very much. So you're being very aggressive as expected. I am gonna try to be tricky today.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Lots of roads.
Lots of roads.
Heading for the crossroads.
Going there. Gotta hold the crossroads. So that completes my movement. I have nothing in range, so we'll go back to Jay's turn.
Alrighty, on to turn 2 here, and I have no disabled vehicles to recover, so I'll go straight to movement. My Mark 3 here is going to continue up the road. 1, 2, 3, plus an extra one for staying on the road. This ogre here is going to go 1, 2, and he can ignore the stream for 3. Excellent, that's all of my movement. I don't believe anything's in range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, yes. Just outside of range of missiles and such. I have my nothing to check for disabled, so I'm going to go straight to my GEV movement. That's my movement, so it goes over to you, Roy.
Thank you much. Thank you much. Start. 1, 2, 3,
All right.
4. That will be all of my movement. I don't believe anything's in range. 2,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're close here, missile-wise. All right, I believe that's the end of turn 2. All right, we're beginning turn 3, and I think we're finally going to get into some combat here. So we'll go straight on to recovery phase. There's nothing that's disabled, so we'll go right into movement. This ogre here is going to go 1, 2, and 3. That's my movement. So we'll go to the fire phase, of which I do have lots of firing to do. So the first things first, we'll go to the Ogre Mark 3B over here. He has 2 main batteries with a range of 3. So 1, 2, 3, he can hit the other Ogre, the Ogre Legionnaire. And we'll go for your main battery. So your main battery is a defense of 4. I'll combine my 2 main batteries together, which are an attack of 4 for an attack of 8, which will make it 2
all right,
to 1.
let's see what you got.
All right, coming back, 2 to 1, attack strength 8, defense of 4. I'm looking for a, let me flip that up here. So 2 to 1, I want a 4+. And I roll a 1, huzzah! I'm so shocked. All right, so that's my main batteries have fired. I have secondary batteries, of which I have 4 secondary batteries at attack strength of 3 with a range of 2, so they're outside of range. And then I have my 4 missiles. And my missiles want to target treads, so I'm actually going to expend all 4 missiles right now. And I'm going to mark these off. All 4 missiles. And I'm going to go after treads. And so what this is I can't stack my combat against treads, so I'm going to roll 4 different times. And I'm looking for 5 or 6 each time to hit at an attack strength of 6. So the first shot, we have a miss. The second shot is a miss. The third shot is a miss. And the 4th shot is a miss. And I've just wasted all of my missiles on a spectacular failure. Good job, Mr. Dice. Okay, so that's my Mark 3B. My infantry over here, not in range. Nothing over here is in range, but my Mark 3 that's over here off on his own is in range. He has his main battery, which is a range of 3. And so he's going to go 1, 2, 3 to here. Attack of 4 would make me a pathetically 1 to 2 result. So I'm still going to do it. A 5 will knock you down, or a 6 will destroy you. Because I'm just feeling so lucky on my dice. It was worth a shot. I have my secondary batteries, which will go after the next closest guy here. He's defensive 6 because he's in the woods. I have 4 secondary batteries, so that makes me an attack strength of 12. So 12 to 6 is 2 to 1. I want to roll, and I get a 2, which guess what, on 2 to 1 is a disabled, so actually I knock him down a squad, so we'll flip him over to a 2. So that's the end of my fire phase, and I have no disabled checks to go do. I get my secondary movement phase with my ground effect vehicles here. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He gets an extra 1 for 4. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 with his extra 1 for 4. And he's going to go 1, 2 and stop there. That's the end of my turn. I'll hand it over to you, Roy.
Things are getting interesting. I'm going to do 1 missile and 1 secondary battery.
Okay, 1 missile, 1
to get
secondary
to
battery.
9 to 4, but it'll be 2 to 1.
Sure. You're firing against my main battery?
Yep.
Okay. Look at that. No effect. Surprise, surprise.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Ha!
Ah, wham! Takes out one main battery. So my defense 3 on my secondaries, you can go after anti-personnel or you can go after tread units.
Secondaries.
Secondaries, are you going to do 2 on 1?
2 on 1.
Okay, so last 2 combined. Wham! Takes out a secondary. Somebody can roll dice at least.
He doesn't know me very well. He thinks he's being funny. That's the end of my secondaries. I still have my main battery, which is 4. But I'm going to combine that with one of the main batteries from the Fencer B to go 8 to 4 for 2 to 1.
I guess you can do that, yes. And you roll a 1. Main to main. Need a 5 or a 6 if you do 1 to 1.
Yep. We're doing it. You feeling lucky?
Look at this garbage. Haha!
No. All right. Now we're going to go missile rack at 12.
Before it'd be 3
to 1 on the main.
So you need a 3+ to destroy the main.
Yay!
Oh joy! And now you have, if you want to fire your 2 additional missiles.
I got 12 points left.
So I have 3 secondaries left at defense 3. So if you fired a missile each, you'd be 2 to 1.
Yep, we're going to go 2 to 1 3 times.
2 times. You combine the first 2 missiles.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Come on, boys.
2 to 1 on a 4+ there is a destroyed secondary. You want to do it again?
1 more.
1. So unlike my awesome firing, your firing has done quite a bit of damage, and you mark off 4 internal missiles. We would go to your secondary movement phase and to checking for disables, which doesn't matter. So that's the end of turn 3. All right, let's start turn 4 here, and I have no disabled vehicles to check for recovery, so I go straight to movement. And we're going to try and get into some action here with 1, 2. We're going to go 1, 2 there, 1, 2, 1, 2 up to here. He's going to go 1, and he's going to ram you, which will cost you tread units. So when ogres ram ogres, there's automatic. Alright, because Roy's ogre, or his fencer there, is size 8, and I'm size 7, it's a larger ogre than me, so I'm going to take 5 tread units of damage. And since he shot all of his missiles, he's kind of useless anyways. So I'm going to take my 5 trade units. And now, on my ogre chart here, on the size table, an ogre Mark 3B rolls 2 dice. So I'm going to grab 2 dice, and this is the number of tread units of damage I will do to the Fencer B. So I roll 2 dice, I roll 2 3s, so that's going to mark off 6 points of damage for Roy. And now, because I rammed an ogre, I'm just going to stop right there, and that's the end of that. So I've completed my movement. I'm going to go to my fire phase. We'll start over here. I have 2 infantry squads that can attack the Legionnaire here, and he's also within range of my 2 leftover secondary batteries here. And so I think what we're going to try and do, though, is destroy tread units. Unsuccessfully, probably, but we'll try anyways. Alright, so here we're going to take 1 shot on tread units for a 5+. That's 3 tread units. The second shot here on a 5+ is a miss. And then we're going to go 2 secondaries over here with 2 different shots. That's a miss, and that's a hit. So 3 additional tread units will get marked down there. Alright. So my ground effect vehicles have moved up within range of his command post there, and that command post is defense 3, and I have 2 range 2 ground effect vehicles that are going to shoot. I also have my Ogre Mark 3 with its main battery that has a range of 3 that can combine in on that. So each of the ground effect vehicles is 2, so that's 4 plus 4 from my main battery. So that's an attack strength of 8 on a defense of 3 will be 2 to 1. So I'm looking for a nice 4+, please, so I can destroy that thing and be done. Yes, thank you, kaboom. I rolled a 4, and we're halfway there. Alrighty. So that's my ground effect vehicles, the main battery for my Ogre. He also has secondary batteries, which he's going to use, as well as his anti-personnel. So he has 8 anti-personnel at an attack strength of 1 each. You're 2 to 1. Your infantry that got reduced last time here, I'm going to fire at that, so it's 2, defense 2 currently goes to 4 because it's in the woods. So I'm going to fire all 8 anti-personnel at that for a 2 to 1. And I'll roll again, and I roll a 6. Excellent. That destroys that infantry. I still have my secondary batteries here. And I have 4 secondary batteries. They're going to target the infantry that's right beside of me here. And so that's a defense of 6 in the woods. I've got an attack strength of 12 if I combine all 4 together for another 2 to 1. And I roll a fat 1 on my dice. Huzzah! Correction, actually. I have my ground effect vehicle secondary move.
Oh, secondary move, absolutely.
Yes. Jumping the gun here, jumping the gun. So he's going to go 1. Actually, he'll just stay there. 1. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He'll go 1. Actually, 1, 2, 3. Like, over to you. So movement. Here comes the infantry. They want to get some ogre love. Okay.
They want some action. Ram.
Okay, so ogres ramming ogres. We check the size. So he's a size of 8, whereas I'm a size of 7. So when you ram a smaller ogre or one of the same size, you'll take 3 tread units of damage. So mark that off. And then the fencer rolls 4 dice. So 4 dice, and that's how many tread units will be knocked off of my particular ogre. So I'm going to pull him out over here. Oh, thank God for rolling low. Woohoo! So 2 3s, a 2, and a 1. So 9 tread. So 1, 2,
I hate my dice.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I should be moving 2, but I still have 2 tread units left before I'm reduced to 2.
He is going to go 1.
Okay. So because he still has anti-personnel left, that's an automatic reduction on the infantry.
Then he's going to go 2.
Same thing there. Although you're entering the woods, and I don't know...
I checked. There's
not one movement point to enter. Yeah, so you just keep moving. You're doing a horseshoe, are you?
Yep.
So predictable, Roy. So predictable. And reduce that guy. All right. That was actually pretty good. So 3 squads of infantry bite the dust automatically. All right. So 2 secondaries at defense 3 left. I've got my 8 anti-personnel at defense 1. And I still have lots of tread units left here.
Yeah. So let's start with infantry going 6 to 3 on your secondaries.
Okay, so 1 shot at 2 to 1. 2 to 1 is no effect.
Yeah.
Need a 4+ since D's don't affect ogres.
That takes care of them. So we'll move on to Fencer B, who's going to go... let's go to missiles here.
Okay.
So we're going to go first missile, attack 6, defense 3, 2 to 1.
Kapow, so that'll destroy a secondary.
So that's 1. Second missile. Kapow.
That's the second one. Kapow at a 2 to 1.
All right.
So all I have left is tread units and
tread
anti-personnel. Okay. Main battery against treads needs a 5 or a 6. That's a 1.
Second main battery.
That's a 1 as well.
Takes care of those.
It slid off the table as a 6 though. So it was almost like that.
And not the first one. The first one with a 1 from all the way over. So we got 2 missiles left.
Tread it is. Kabam! That's a tread hit. It's for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since your attack strength is 6, I'm now down to moving 2.
Now
1 missile left.
Do it again.
All right. Second missile. Kapow! Oh, you're lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that hurt a lot.
And now we're going to move on to the Legionnaire.
Oh, yes.
We're not done yet.
We're not done.
We'll wait on that. Let's do secondaries.
Okay.
First secondary. No.
First secondary, no hit. Second, no hit. Third, hits treads for 3. 1, 2, 3. Fourth, misses. Okay.
Main battery.
Main battery, misses.
4 to 2, 4 to 2.
Okay, so
against
2 to 1s. Okay, over here. 6 is destroyed.
The other
Kapow.
one. Destroyed.
Destroyed. Look at the 6s coming out of you. Oh my God.
We'll do this attack over here. Everybody's attack value 3.
I'll
And
pull that ogre out here. He's got pretty much everything left. He's unscathed at this point.
unscathed. Yes,
Or unscathed. Ooh, Ooh, name pun. Roy's last name escaped, so I had to make it. So you could do 2 2-to-1s with your 4 infantry on my 2 missiles that are left.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Try to go bigger.
2 2-to-1s.
2 2-to-1s. Okay, first one.
Yeah.
1 is no result.
Come on, baby.
And another one is no result.
You were saying something about 6s, weren't you?
Yeah, apparently you used them all already. So that completes your fire combat. There's no disable checks. There's no secondary movement, so that's the end of turn 4. Turn 5, I have no disabled vehicles, so I go straight to movement. So a reduction on the first movement and then a ram for the second. So I take 5 tread units for ramming a larger ogre. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm down to movement 1. Better than nothing.
And then you were gonna roll 2 dice.
And then I roll 2 dice. Come on! And I roll a 5 and a 3 for 8.
That is enough to drop him. 1,
Thank
2,
God, okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. The movement over here, he's still moving 3. He's actually going to do a 1, 2, and a 3. So he'll just reduce these guys once and stop there. Now we're going to go to fire combat. And I have anti-personnel from my Ogre Mark III targeting this guy out in the open here who's a 2. So I'll do 8 to 2, so 4 to 1. And I want a good, decent result. Anything. I'll take a 3. 4 to 1, 3 is a destroy. That's something that died. I'm happy. And that's all the shooting he can do. So I'll go straight over to this infantry. He's going to target tread units on the fencer. Yes, that's a 6. That's a hit. So 3 tread units from him. This infantry that's back in this woods here is going to target tread units for that. And that's going to be a 1 that I rolled is no effect. Nothing shooting over here. Over here I have 3 ground effect vehicles for a strength of 6 combined against a defense of 3 over here. This infantry out in the open for a 2 to 1. Come on, 4 plus, 4 plus, 6. Oh yeah, kaboom! Now we're talking. My Ogre Mark III has anti-personnel, and I don't believe anybody's in the open except for this guy. That's a 2 to 1. So he's going to do all 8 anti-personnel against your 2 for another 4 to 1.
Under cheap.
Kapow! And I wasted rolling a 6 on that, but I'll take it still. I shouldn't complain.
Complain.
He still has his missiles and lots of nastiness left. I'm going to go to secondary batteries with an attack strength of 3. I'll go to this infantry here in the woods. That's defense 6 because he's in the woods. I'll do a 12 to 6 for a 2 to 1. Hope for a 4 plus, 4 plus. Oh, another 6. Nice. I'm on a roll.
You're
Thank
done.
God.
You are
I'm
done.
saving up all my happiness for this. I'm going to do against the other guy. That's he's a 2.
You fired missiles, yes?
I have not fired missiles.
Okay.
I fired all secondaries and all anti-personnel at this point. I do see the other guy is in the woods. He's a 2, so he's defense 4. I have a main battery that is attack strength 4, so that would be a 1 to 1. And I'm going to add a missile to that to make it 10 to 4, so a 2 to 1. I'll mark off my missile. So on a 2 to 1, kapow! Look at that, another destroyed infantry unit. Holy smokes, cleaned them out, still got a missile left, and we're off and honking.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just do it like that. Okay, so you're a Mark III.
7 against 7.
7 against 7.
I take
so
2.
You take 3 tread damage for same size. And then you roll, as a Mark III, you roll 2 dice.
Come on, boys. Just give me average.
4 ogres take
9!
9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boys, oh boys, he's got 6.
Have
5
some
trade
fun
units.
down here.
Okay.
I'm going to go infantry first against treads.
Oh, against treads. All right. So 1 shot against treads on a 4 is not enough. You need a 5 or a 6.
5. Secondary. Oh,
Miss.
there.
Second secondary miss. Third
Come on.
secondary miss. 2, 2, 1. You're on a roll, man. 5. There's 1. 1, 2, 3. I've got 2 tread units left.
Main.
Main
Come on.
battery.
8 to 4.
So you could do a 2 to 1.
2 to 1.
Yeah.
Come on.
2 to 1. Kapow. That will
Use the
destroy
main
you.
battery on treads.
Okay, main battery on this guy, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay. That's a miss.
Come on.
Second
Come on.
battery is a hit. There we go. Kapow, kapow.
He is
He is dead in the water.
going
And so all he's
nowhere.
got is 8 anti-personnel left.
First missile against this GEV.
Okay, so that's attack 6, defense 2 is a 3 to 1.
Come on, Dave. Come on. Yeah.
Pow. That's a destroyed GEV. Alright, so you fired your missile. You hit a roll to 2, so that's going to disable him. You marked it off. And he won't recover in this next turn, but the turn after that. If you were disabled the turn before, you don't.
2 to 1 coming at you.
2 to 1
On a missile.
There's a no effect. It would be a 4+ you need, so roll the 2. Again?
Again.
Okay. 4+. 6. Kaboom! You destroyed my last missile. Alrighty. You fired the man. You've pretty much fired everything.
I'm gonna mark my last 2 missiles that I fired.
And your secondaries are out of range since they're range 2.
Yeah, the anti-personnel is out of range.
It's kaput. Alright, that was your fire combat, no secondary movement, so that's the end of turn 5. Alright, starting turn 6, I have disabled vehicles, but he was disabled in the last turn, so he's not going to recover this turn. So I'll go straight to movement, and so I'm going to move 1, 2 down here. The ogre here is going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go straight to fire combat, of which the ogre over here can't do anything. All he has is anti-personnel. So he's going to shoot tread units. So I'm going to roll 5 or 6. That's a miss. And then over here, this GEV is going to shoot tread units off the fencer. And that's a miss. And then I have my ogre Mark III here. We're going to put a main battery on treads on the fencer. Main battery misses. I have 4 shots from secondary. So first shot is a miss. Second shot is a miss. Third shot is a miss. Fourth shot is a miss. So nothing there.
At least I didn't see any ones.
Shot, anti-personnel, not in range. The GEV fired. So that is my fire combat. Another wafting cruddy turn for shooting there. But maybe it's maybe it's karma for next turn. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 in the secondary movement phase. And then it's over to Roy.
That was awesome. I hope you continue those efforts, sir.
Yes, quite.
We're going to come up 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And laugh at you as we pass.
Ha 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 ha.
And he's going to go ahead and ram you.
Okay.
And I will take
3 tread damage for ramming me. And then roll 4 dice against my tread unit. So let me bring out Mr. Ogre Mark III, who was feeling good until now.
Come on, even up the odds here. No 7s. No, come on.
Oi.
Hey, I like it. I like
17. So 6, 4, 5, 2 is a 17.
Much better,
1, 2,
much better.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He's down to movement 2.
Let's go ahead and do secondary battery just on this guy because it's all range 2 and he's the only target I have.
Okay, you're going to do
anti-personnel.
Anti-personnel. So
Yep.
4 shots at 3 to 1. You need a 3 or better.
1.
So it's 1. No. 2. And 1 last shot is a miss.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It's okay.
Alright, secondary battery's gone on the B.
I'll bring out the other guy.
Bringing out the other guy
Main
here.
battery left to fire there.
So defense 4 here.
I'll go after your main for 1 to 1.
1 to 1, okay. Feeling lucky, 5+. Oh, you lucky. Stink! Alrighty.
That takes care of the Legionnaire. First missile on GV.
Okay, first missile GV is a defense 2, attack strength 6 is a 3 to 1. That'll be a destroyed GV. Thank you, sir.
Second shot on the other GV.
Okay. So 3 to 1, so it doesn't matter what you roll. So a 5 would be destroyed, but even a 1 or a 2 would be a second disabled result. Because he's already disabled, he'd be automatically destroyed. But it was fun to watch you roll the dice anyway.
Yeah. And now we're going to go 3rd and 4th missiles at your secondary. So it's 6. We'll go 6 to 3, 6 to 3.
Okay, so 2 2-to-1s on
2 2-to-1s.
That's destroyed.
Second time.
That's destroyed.
Let me mark
2 to
my
1.
missiles off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will now do the main battery.
Oh, you still haven't done that. All right. Main battery.
We will go both of them for 8 to 3, which unfortunately
2 to
is
1.
2 to 1.
So 4+ to destroy it. That's a 6. Oh, it was a 1 going on. Alright, so you've destroyed 3 of the 4 secondary batteries. Oh my, okay. And I believe that's the end of your fire combat. No secondary movement for you. The GVs are all destroyed, so no secondary movement for anybody.
Yes.
And that's the end.
Alright,
of turn
starting
6. Turn 7, and I have no disabled vehicles since you destroyed them. And it goes straight to movement. So he's going to move 1. My ogre over here is down to 2 movement points, of which he's going to use 1 to go here and 2 to ram you. So because you're bigger than him, he'll take 5 trade units. 5. And then he rolls 2 dice of trade units against you. Come on! Oh, a 1 and a 4 is so first fire combat, I'm going to go trade units here from the infantry. So 5 or a 6. And I'll just roll the dice to everything and disrupt everything. The 3 is a miss. Fire combat, no secondary movement. Over to you.
Over to me. This is getting more and more fun. We're gonna go 1, 2, and ram.
Okay. We are the same size. You'll take 3 trade units and then do 2 dice to me.
2 dice coming.
2 dice coming. Snake eyes! Not snake eyes. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Exactly enough to get him down to 1. Alright.
Alright, now we're going to do the same thing again. Yeah, with Fencer B. He's just going to ram you.
Oh, gonna ram me? Okay.
Yep.
So you take 3, because I'm smaller, and then 4 dice. 4 1s, Roy. 4 1s.
Average. Give me average.
Average of 4 1s. Oh, God. Oh, get that out. 19. That cleans them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and he is dead in the
Start with the
water.
Legionnaire. You've got
1 secondary battery remaining there. I've still got
Defense
anti-personnel on my other ogre here.
So the Legionnaire will combine his secondary and his main for a total attack of 7 to 3, which will
2
be
to 1. So
2
4
to 1.
plus.
No. Then we'll go over here. We'll just do 4 to 3, so 1 to 1.
Okay.
Come on, boys.
5 plus. Nope.
We'll do it again.
Okay, 5 plus. And kapow, there's the secondary. Alright.
Now,
So that's all I have left on both is anti-personnel.
so I'm going to shoot all 4 of my missiles.
Which one?
That's a good question.
It's automatic destruction since it's 6 to 1. So they automatically get destroyed. It's just how you want to disperse it.
Yeah, go ahead and go against the...
This guy?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. He's got 2 anti-personnel. In that case, that would end your fire combat. You have no secondary movement. That would be the end of turn 7. Going quick here. Turn 8, no disabled vehicles. On to movement. I have 2 ogres that can't move, but he can. He's going to go 1, 2 up to here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Fire combat, of which I only have anti-personnel left. I only have 1 shot on the treads from my 1 infantry unit that's right there. Who hits? 3 tread units on your Legionnaire.
You were due for a roll there.
And that's it. That's the end of my spectacular turn. Roy, all up to you.
This guy is still moving 3, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3.
Awesome. And that's automatic reduction since you still have anti-personnel. Yep.
All right, so let's start with this one who's got 8 anti-personnel and only 1 target to shoot it at. So it'll go
So it's
8
a
to
4 to
4,
1.
or 8 to 2, 4 to 1.
No woods.
So let's go after this guy
So
in
defense
the open.
3.
Attack 4, defense 3.
So 1 to 1, or you could go both of them for 2 to 1.
Let's go 2 to 1.
2 to 1. 5 is a kapoof.
Didn't need it. That takes care of this guy. He's done.
Okay.
This guy says I've got. These guys are defense 2, so we're going to go 4 to 1, 4 to 1 on
Okay.
each of these with
Okay.
the anti-personnel.
They're defense 2. So he's defense 4 in the woods. He's defense 2.
So let's do this 4 to 1.
4 to 1. So you're firing
Four
four of them at defense 2. Yeah. So 2 to 1. 2 to 1. 2 to 1 was a destroyed on a 4 plus. 2 to 1.
We'll fire the main and the last 4 anti-personnels to get to 8 against 4, which
so
is your
2 to
2
1.
doubled.
Okay. So 2 on a 2 to 1 is a disabled, so he'll get knocked down a squad. All right, replacing him with a 1/1.
Got 4 secondary batteries left. Secondary batteries, which give me attack 6 against 3.
2 to 1.
2 to
4
1.
plus to destroy. Kapoof.
I got 2 secondaries left. My only available target is this guy because
Yeah.
range is 2. So I'll have 6 against 2.
So 3 to 1. 3 plus is a destroy.
no,
Whoopsie.
Oh, the dice are working.
Kapow.
Kapauza.
I believe that's the end of your fire combat.
Yes.
And at this point, I'm ready to concede since these guys aren't going to fare well against that, and everything's destroyed in these two, and they're dead in the water. Yay! All right, excellent game, sir.
Yeah, thank you
Good
very
job.
much.
No problem.
Appreciate it. Some sketchy dice rolling on both sides, but a couple of hot streaks too.
Very cool. At least I got 1 CP.
Yes, yes.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
he'll get the other. He'll run off the table and then.
My original thought was to actually go the long route until I saw what was coming up here. It's like, whoa, pull back, pull back.
Yeah. I was hoping I'd successfully distracted you away from my CPs, but then
You did.
there's nothing else to defend. So. Excellent.
All right. Thank you.